Welcome back, guys. Amar here from Magic Coding, and today we are gonna do our fish spawner. So without further ado, let's get started. First things first, that we are going to go to scripts, then fish scripts, and we're gonna have here our C# script that we'll call our fish spawner. So some of you may say that putting our fish spawner into our fish script may be appropriate, but you can put it there, or we will have another folder later on called managers folder or something like that, where you can put it too. Now we're gonna have an empty game object, reset its position, call it managers, so managers, and here we're gonna have our fish spawner. So right now, open up our fish spawner, so we can start actually scripting it. Here, it will not be that complicated, should I say. So using system, it will be more like all around thing that we will have to do inside of the inspector, because there will be not a lot of coding. So awake, not lot, I can rhyme even. Update will not be needed. Here in the awake function, or actually I'm first gonna say here serialized field. So serialized field. Then we're gonna have our private fish prefab like this, and then we're gonna have our serialized field, our private fish dot fish type, an array of fish types. So serialized field is actually, so when I almost bugged out. When we have our private function that we want to be visible inside of the inspector tab, we have our serialized field. So as you can see right now, even though that is private, right now it's visible. And how is it called? Serializable is actually so we can edit those values or variables when it comes time to it, when we add actually fish types in. You will see, because right now in our awake we're gonna have our for int loop. So for int I equals to 0, then semicolon. If I is less than fish types dot length I plus plus. So as long as we have our fish type length here, it does not matter if we have 10 fishes, 1000, 200, the number doesn't matter, because we have typing fish types dot length. Now here we're gonna say int num equals to 0, then while, so another loop, while our num is less than our fish types, then at number I dot fish count. As long as that is lower, we're gonna say fish equals to unity engine dot object dot instantiate, and we're gonna instantiate where it comes our fish as our fish prefab, like this. Simple. Then we're gonna have our fish dot type equals to fish types. So fish types, not fish spawn, but fish types at I. Int I, and then we're gonna say fish dot reset fish and num plus plus, like this. So what's this? Well, basically we're checking out the number that we have, how many fishes we have. Every time we check a fish, we'll have another loop, and while our num equals to 0, meaning that our fish type dot at number I dot fish count. So what does this mean? Basically, let's say we have 10 fishes. So imagine the number on I is 10. We will loop this 10 times, as for every fish, we're gonna say that we're gonna actually instantiate our fish script, or actually prefab, our fish as a whole. We're gonna instantiate it, and then we are saying that our fish type equals to fish type at I, meaning that we will put every type. So we're gonna put the type that we actually will write in for every fish type. So if we have 10 fishes, this will be done 10 times for every fish once. And we will reset fish, and inside of the reset fish, you can see, you know that we're doing a lot of things like putting the Y where it will be spawned, where it will have to go, and we will have the animation how to go through that point, and so on and so forth. After that is done, we're saying num plus plus, so we actually have the limit. So when this num comes to like 11, fish types will stop, meaning that every fish had its function and it's doing what it needs to do, and no more fishes to give order what to do. Hopefully you got what I want to say by that, because in reality it's not that complicated. Now for the fish prefab, we already have our fish prefab, so let's go back to assets and put our fish right there, like this. As for the fish types, I'm gonna say like 10. We're gonna have 10 fishes. So first we're gonna check out our price. So remember this, what I was talking about. So serializable public class fish type. So as for the price, we're gonna say like 20. You can put 200, 2000, you can put anything you want. I'm just saying numbers like random. So let's say price 20. Fish count will be 10. Minimum length will be -30 to -50. So this is where it will be spawned. Collider radius will be 0.2, and sprite renderer will be our fish 1, or just fish. So I'm gonna do this for every fish. You may see this bit in the speed. Now we throw that out of the way. I'm gonna briefly explain what I did. So as you know, or as you can see, we have our price, fish count, minimum length, maximum length, radius, and sprite. As I said, this is for every fish on its own. So we have 10 fishes. So I just use like minimum length for first fish will be -30 to -50. And then increase it so on. So if this was 30, then plus 15 or -15 is -45. And I went so on. Somewhere I may even did plus -20 or -20. Like, no, not here, but you know what I mean. You can play around with these numbers. You can test it out. Do whatever you want. Just make sure that it works. The game is working and so on. Now when we start, we should see that we can spawn our fishes, and we have a problem. So first problem, what it is, null reference expression for float non-unity engine. First I can see that here we can delete reset fish. That may be causing us a problem. And one more problem that I saw was sprite renderer. Why it's not? It's because it's get component sprite renderer. We do not have that, but get component in children. That is what we are searching for, yeah. And now it should work. So let me check. Go play. We should see that our fish are spawning all over the place. Come on, start. And moment of truth. Are we good? Yeah, we good. And we can see, as you can see, we spawn a lot of fishes. Now it is just for us to to take them on. I mean, what do we have this hook for if not to hook them? So yeah guys, that will be it for our managers script, not managers, but for our fish spawner. We spawned our fishes we created what we wanted, and that will be it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.